It was my dad's job, and we were proud of what he did, but to us, he was just literally dad, and you would never meet a more humble man. Basically, as a kid, my dad was just my dad. We didn't even really know how big a thing he'd done winning the World Cup and the career he had. Because when you got in the house, football wasn't mentioned. One of the reasons was my mother hated football. Her dad was a footballer. Her brother was a great footballer called Johnny Giles. I became a footballer, and she hated football. So when he came in the house, it was forgotten, and dad was just dad, and you would never meet a more quiet, humble man who liked to have a laugh. Just a great dad, really. And when my dad's memory started to go, it got to the point where he couldn't work without me, but we tried to keep him working as long as possible. So my dad would come into a story, but I'd have it memorised, and then I knew if he went off track, what I had to say to him to get him back on. For 3 and a bit years, he worked solely with me, which meant I had special time with him. So it was lovely to have that, because my mum wasn't there. So then he'd start telling me all the stories about what Alf Ramsey said on the eve of the World Cup final and what Alf Ramsey said after the semi-final when they'd beaten Portugal. So ironically, I know there's nothing really good about dementia, but I was able to help him to work, and I was able to spend special time with him. And I'm grateful for that. He was 60, and the reason why I remember it is because he'd had a heart attack. And then not long after, suddenly seemed to get worse. And then it was a gradual progression that his memory was getting worse to the point where he needed help, really. So he gradually got worse. And then 2013, he had a massive dip. It was like 18 years, really, of watching him leave. And my mum in particular struggled with it. I think it's very hard to accept that the person you're seeing is never really going to come back. Well, my mum's a very private person. Just to even let somebody into the house, if I give a bit of respite care, was difficult. And she took it on herself that she would be the one to look after Dad. What you don't realise is that this person's very, very poorly. And it would probably take 2 or 3 professional carers to look after him, and my mum was doing it on her own. I think mentally and physically it is exhausting, and to a large extent heartbreaking as well. It's such a nightmare. You're in the dark. It's like you dropped in a big black ocean and you struggle. And not just you, you're watching your family struggling to stay afloat and not be just washed away by it all, just trying to hang in and do the best you can. It's very difficult to pick up the phone to tell somebody you don't feel good. I can't do it. I think if you're brave enough, and it is brave, to pick up the phone, tell somebody what a bad day you're having. Come and talk to you lot. As soon as you get the diagnosis, find out as much as you can about it. Particularly educate yourself on how you treat that person day to day to minimise the trauma that can come from asking questions or having a debate with them or contradicting them instead of just holding their hand. And these people who are experienced in it will be able to help you, and they'll be able to help you understand the illness, and hopefully you'll gain acceptance when you understand the illness.